don't know. You don't just leave a job during a pandemic. I don't know. Am I the only one that's... I talked about this before. It sounds fishy to me. Hi, welcome to JOA. If you're new to my channel, please click subscribe and click that bell button, baby, so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Please do subscribe and click that bell. Patreon.com/JOA, Patreon.com/JOA. If you're new to my channel, I also ask icebreaker questions. And this icebreaker question is, do you quit a job without a plan? Do you quit a job during a pandemic? And I understand some people take risks, but usually those risks relies on back support. And I know she's married, but like those risks really rely on back support, number one. Number two, it also relies on if you are trying to go into a business or trying to make your own business. And I just can't really think of why would you quit a good job with a great salary. It just doesn't make sense. Watch this clip and I'll come back with some more.
Oh, wow, you guys. Okay, I got this. Deep breath, Brooke. Okay, let me let you in on a little secret. This job, my show here on CNN, was not originally supposed to be mine. More than a decade ago, there was an anchor suddenly departed CNN, leaving this gaping hole in the afternoons. And the then bosses quickly turned to me and they were like, Brooke, we're going to need you to keep the seat warm just for a week until we actually find the person who will take over this show. Okay? Well, guess what? I have kept the seat warm for nearly 11 years. You and I have witnessed history together, from marriage equality to this pandemic, from the Women's March to Me Too, from natural disasters to, again, senseless shootings. And now we wait. We wait for the justice in a trial where another black man in America has died at the hands of police. This job, using my voice for over a decade, has been nothing short of a profound privilege. So, to you at home, thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for holding me accountable. And thank you for all of the love. I'm telling you, I'm reading every single one of your DMs. All right? Send them on. And to you, my CNN family, my CNN huddle, this is the hardest part. Thank you for making me better. Thank you for pushing me. Thank you for believing in me and my big backflip off the high dive today. You know, a decade ago, I didn't even know the show would become mine. And now, a decade later, I find myself in a similar situation, not totally knowing what's next, and I'm okay with that. Because what I do know is that I am a journalist and a storyteller for life. And lastly, I'm leaving this place even better than I found it. I'm borrowing a line from the leaders of the U.S. women's national team, as told to me by Megan Rapinoe when I recently interviewed her for my book, Huddle. And she said it started with Mia Hamm and then Abby Wambach, and eventually it will be her fighting for what's right and fair and equal for the next generation of women's soccer players. These women, when they left the team, they would urge the remaining players to leave the team better than they found it. And so, here I am, in relating it to journalism. Let me tell you something. When I saw all of those women recently, one after another, these White House correspondents for TV and print standing up to ask President Biden questions at his very first press conference, let me just say, I was sitting in my office, I was on my feet cheering them on. So many women, black, white, brown, progress. We do need diverse voices telling our stories from in front of the camera and to the executive suites. We are making progress. So, whatever industry you are in, my parting words, get a little uncomfortable. Speak up and keep pushing. I'm Brooke Baldwin here in New York, and I cannot wait to have you join me on our journey together.
So there was rumors, and a word on the street is, she got sick. She had COVID. It was really bad. And I think she took more days off than CNN probably wanted her to. And usually when you are on vacation and or when you take your sick leave, the benefits that they tell you that you can get when you're at your job, I don't know, call me paranoid, but I feel when you take sick leave and when you take a vacation and when you are out, and let's just say they are paying you too much, or if they feel like they're paying you too much, then that person that's going to be a substitute for you, as in this case, I don't know, maybe anchor that was below her, I don't know, Anna Cabrera, I don't know, took her segment, and they probably was like, wait, she getting paid this much, which is probably 20%, 30% less than Brooke Baldwin's salary, who's been here for 10 years. We need to mix things up on the show, and let's get rid of her. Some people do that. I mean, I had a job where I was a hard worker, and, came to the time where I was actually promised to get a raise. I had an evaluation and everything. And this person actually left the job a month in when I got it. And so I was working another job at the same time. Okay, so I was working at a Taco Bell, full time, and this Sonic, also full time in the beginning, but that GM actually didn't submit the evaluation report, and I ended up going through 5 more other GMs. Yes, that job had a high turnover with even general managers, and so I went on strike. I was just like, what, I'll just work here one day a week, whatever, because I had enough. To me, loyalty and trust is important. And then all of a sudden, I took my vacation time after my year was there, and when I got back. Things went south with an employee, and they took her side over me, and I ended up losing my job. So it's kind of in essence with Meghan McCain, she was out for 4 months. Yes, she has privilege. Yes, she's an elitist. Yes, she is involved in a big political family. But I also feel like her ways that she got away with before she took that 4 months off was taken away from her, because they realized that Meghan McCain, they can no longer tolerate with her antics. Once they realized that the ratings were still great, probably higher than it was when she was on the show, with Anna Navarro being on, with other guests being on without her. So the view was like, okay, well, now we need to talk her behind the scenes because she can't be the queen running shit because she's bringing numbers on the View. Now she had 4 months off. Now we realize that, okay, we can't let her get away with X, Y, and Z anymore. Okay, she was allegedly the reason why Sherry Shepherd was off The View for 3-4 years after Sherry Shepherd made that comment to Meghan McCain on The View, saying that she needs to stop feeling like she carries the Republican voice on her shoulders. She made that comment on Andy Cohen down on The View, and she was on The View. So I don't know. I'm just saying, money makes people change. Things make people change. This is the news business / entertainment business. And so it can really be scowling for her to work the way she worked to get to the top. Something ain't right here. She even said in the clip, and one thing that is great, preparation meets opportunity. They were told, hey, you got a shot or not. Well, hey, so-and-so's not here. Let's do a fill-in. That's how Wendy got her mark on the radio in Philly. Hey, X, Y, and Z ain't here. You want to fill in? And then that fill-in turned into a full-time job on the radio, and also turned a full-time job for Brooke Baldwin at CNN. And she was only 30 years old, 31 years old. And to land a job like that at 30, 31 on a primetime network, that's like winning the lottery, okay? And she won the lottery. So it really doesn't make sense to me why she's actually leaving. I personally feel like it was because she took that time off that she did during COVID, and then she had them fill-ins, and the ratings were probably the same, if not better, and they were paying that person probably less than what they're paying Brooke Baldwin. So I'm guessing, assuming that, it's a business type of sense that you're going to get rid of somebody, although they've been loyal to your program for 10 years. But hey, loyalty doesn't mean nothing in entertainment, in the TV business. So that's what happened. And, of course, she's going to say she's leaving on her own terms. That's just TV talk, and to save face and to save your brand so you can be hired for the next thing. And lastly, I just don't believe that you're going to continue to you're going to continue to be a journalist, continue to be a storyteller for the rest of your life. You're saying you're going to be storytelling, That's gonna be your next move. And you got this book out, which books ain't gonna pay your bill. It's like a one-time thing and it's gone. You need something, you need a retainer every month. And so for you to even say you're going to be a storyteller and you're going to be a journalist off the air, but that's what you're doing on air as your job on CNN, and you're looking for a job that you don't even know that you're going to get because you have no plan. You have no plan. Anyways, y'all, I'm just done with this video. Best of luck to her. And it's just crazy because all of these celebrities on Twitter and people that's prominent in the industry, I don't know if these are real tweets or real people actually saying what they mean or actually mean with their tweets. Because, you know, people fake in the TV industry like, you know, best of luck. We love you. Watch you for 10 past years, yada, yada, yada. But we all know the real shit goes down behind the scenes without the tweets, without the cameras, without the evidence. OK, so best of luck to you, Brooke Baldwin, whatever the reason is as to why you're really leaving. Because you know me, I'm nosy. I like to know the real stuff. You know, anyways, please do subscribe and click the bell so you'll be the first to know when I upload. Patreon.com/JOAJOA. Shout out to the person that literally put in $10 when I made that post on my community page. I really sincerely appreciate you. Shout out to our Raquel. Shout out to the RN DS. I'm gonna call you DS because I think your name's like Lima or something like that. Shout out to you know, everybody else that's on my Patreon page. I sincerely do appreciate y'all. I get a lot of y'all asking me about live streams. I'm thinking about doing the live streams that I did before on Patreon because that's not fair if I do it for y'all, but y'all not paying money per month, and then just do like a simple show like I'm doing now on a live stream, just cutting it afterwards, like after an hour or after 30 minutes or after how long the show is going to be, instead of just sitting there and chat like it's a Zoom call. No, that's on Patreon, baby. Deuces. So go on Patreon. Yay!